Let's get it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go out here to the north. We'll just transition normal flight. We're going to stay below 1,700 feet until we get to the north of Highway 70. Once we get there, we can go up to about 2,500 feet, 3,000 feet. We'll go out and I'm going to demonstrate some maneuvers in the aircraft, return to target, and some target acquisition stuff. You know, if you think about how the Cobra worked in Vietnam, the tactics were that you stayed high because your biggest risk was small arms fire. When you got later on, sort of the Cold War era, you know, you had a lot of missile technology, a lot of other things, CSU-23-4s, radar tracking, that kind of stuff. So we flew absolutely just down in the trees, mapping the earth all the time. Everything we do today is going to be pretty much geared on the Vietnam type tactics.
That's awesome. Could you walk me through what the AH-1 Cobra is?
Yeah, so the attack helicopter, primary attack helicopter for the Army from about 1965, really up until the Apache came in the late 80s. I'm sorry, the Apache was mid to early 80s.
Freeport traffic, experiment late 2 Tango Delta.
I think the last Cobra on active duty was in the early 90s.
We'll be doing a left turnout.
And it was a pretty heavily armed aircraft. I mean, it had the capability of 38 2.75-inch folding fin rockets, 8 tow missiles, and 750 rounds of 20-millimeter cannon.
So a lot of firepower.
A lot of firepower. So we're going to go just up here to the north. If you see this lake at our 12 o'clock, we're going to go just to the north end of that lake, and we're going to use that tree line there as a simulated sort of target area.
It's so funny. I'm the creative director at K-Build. I run the marketing department, and this is like exactly what my drone sees. Just a little lower, but it's so cool to like physically see this, like my drone does every day. You know.
So you work for Josh?
I do. I work for Josh Kahneman.
And I know Josh.
That's awesome. He's a great guy. I love him.
Yeah, I've known Josh for a long, long time.
Yeah, he's one of my great mentors, and I'm really fortunate to be able to work for his company.
Okay, so we're going to climb up here a little bit now, and we're going to use that tree line. You see that little intersection of the road just at the end of the lake there, to the north end, to about your 1 o'clock low. You see it, little road intersection. There's power lines there, right on the other side of the lake.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, we're going to use that as a reference point for some of the maneuvers that we're going to execute here. All right, everything looks good All right, so typically they didn't really fire at the first aircraft. They fired at the what they call tail end Charlie, the last aircraft. So if you'd already flown by and you start taking fire, so basically, they do execute a return to target. So we're going to set our power where we want it. We're going to climb aggressively, roll the aircraft over, and then we're going to get on that target. we would pull out and we would execute a rolling maneuver. We'd do a little bit of a recon, see what we got there. There's a couple of ways you can do this. I'll come back and demonstrate a different technique. So if you're flying past, you can do it too with a pedal turn. It's not nearly aggressive and it's not nearly as easy to evade ground fire. But you can just simply pull the nose up, put the nose on the horizon, and just kind of pull the aircraft back round, just right back on around, and then you get that little road intersection we see down there. You see it? Right down.
Yeah, I got it.
And we're right on that. We'd be guns, rockets, whatever we decided to engage the target with.
This is a very versatile tool back in the day.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun to fly. I flew this on active duty, and it's just a great aircraft.
Oh, that's awesome. So you were able to fly this, in the Army.
Yeah, that's what I flew. I flew it for 4 years in the Army in Germany.
Oh man, that's so cool.
And so we can just sort of come back around now, and we're going to look and see what damage we do a battle damage assessment. So just going to make a steep turn, come back right on around.
And airplane at Washington.
Just fly around the area and see what we damaged, and see if we take any additional fire. Doesn't look like we're going to have anything coming up at us from there, so we can kind of go down lower a little bit. Take a look. We're 1,000 feet AGL right now. And obviously you can do this to your right or to your left.
Oh man, this is like a bird's eye view. So I feel a little bit of G-force, like, I know it's not a fighter jet, but how many Gs typically would a Cobra be able to pull?
Well, the Cobra can pull a lot more than we're going to, but what you're feeling there is probably about 2.5. And it's always positive Gs, and a helicopter, especially a helicopter designed like this with a teetering hinge rotor system, you can never pull any negative Gs in the aircraft.
We used to do family birthdays at that lake we just dive bombed.
Yeah, lakeside, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to head back to Creve Coeur now. Pick up, so is your dad that's going?
Yeah, my dad's the next ride with you.
Awesome.
Yeah, so he worked on the McDonnell Douglas program with the MD-900, the NOTAR, and we'd go up to Flagstaff, Arizona on winter break from school. Back in the 90s, you could do a lot of fun stuff. We go to work with Dad. We're on the tarmac with the sun coming up. We're loading sandbags in there. You can see all the sensors and everything inside the helicopter, and we watch them do tests all day. So, and also he got us a ride in the MD-900 up in Flagstaff. So now it's my turn to give back.
That's really cool.
So what's the range on the Cobra and how fast does it go?
Oh, we usually cruise about 125 to 130 knots. I mean, that's pushing it, but that's a fast cruise, and you got about 2 hours of range. Maybe just a little bit more than two hours, but 2 hours pretty comfortable.
So in a combat situation, how many missiles, bombs, and bullets can you hold?
Well, that depends on how much gas you have on board. So unlike the Apache, which can be full gas and full armament, the Cobra couldn't do that. So max gross weight on the aircraft, is right around 10,000 pounds on the Cobra. So you had to decide how much gas you wanted versus how much armament. Typically, when I was in Germany, we would carry 18 rockets and 750 rounds of 20 millimeter, and then 2 tow missiles, 2 or 4 depending on the mission, And that would give you, you can still do that with about 1,000 pounds of gas. So you had about an hour and 15 minutes of station.
Oh, wow, okay.
So the before landing looks good, RPM's 100%, systems instruments are normal, everything looks good.
Driving 64657, right base, runway 15, low departure, Washington.
We're about 400 feet AGL, and about 70 knots. See all the water out here around these grass runways, just all the drain off from the rain yesterday.
Oh, wow, yeah, we had a really nasty storm here yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. We crossed off a bucket list item today.
It's cool, man. I'm really glad you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to taking your dad out. And hopefully the audio worked out for you.
Yeah, I think we got it in the bag, and it'll be a fun video.
Cool.
We'll be going.
Okay, before landing is still good. I'm going to shoot right there to that little mode spot right before the... I'll turn into the wind right at the end there as we set down, make it a little easier on us.
Washington, traffic 657 is right across from runway 15, Washington.
Okay.
Man, that was awesome!
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Let's go! Oh man, I had a blast! And you're gonna have a blast?